I'm the penguin, baby.
I want to see that. Damn it.
You wanna what?
Fuck. This wall. I'm gonna cut a hole in this wall.
Please
Put
don't.
my dick in it. I hope my boss isn't watching.
You really want my lyrics now? Kid Cudies. You really hate my lyrics now? Or Kid Cudies? You really die?
Did you
or
die?
Kid Cudies?
But did you die?
Did you ever eat fries? Or Kid Cudies?
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm gonna break this thing.
I know. So I don't use it at all.
Rose.
How? How are you moving?
Huh?
You were shaking your partner quite a bit. I don't know how.
I've got hella strength in my back. I've got a lot of weight to me these days.
Fair enough.
If I just shake my titties, there's a level 5 earthquake in here.
Hey, don't discount yourself. Level 6. You ready?
No.
Really hate my lyrics now? Or Kid Cudies?
What's up, Oklahoma?
Or Kid Cudies?
Or Kid Cudi?
What's up? What's up, Kid Cudi? How is
What's up,
Kid
homies?
Cudi doing today? So, we talked about how nobody gives a crap about our takes on pop culture, and that the only reason people tune in
It's for us.
is for us. You know, we didn't think that was a thing, because
Because we severely undervalue ourselves.
we're also not that cool.
From our perspective, but look at me. I got sunglasses on inside, and I got a shirt that says Yeti to party. Tell me I'm not
You're not
greased
cool.
up right now, ready to go.
You are unspeakably greasy.
Yo, we're gonna
son.
rename this podcast
to Unspeakably Greasy. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, that was actually an original prototype name, but I thought
Yeah.
my boss was gonna watch this, so I was like,
Yeah.
maybe we can. And I thought it was gonna be like a little more serious.
Yeah.
But when we realized that
Yeah.
like the second half is when people like to watch.
I think what happened was yeah, no, dude, like it's still steaming. I think your boss thought we were going to actually put in a lot of work and effort and really make this something
And then
special.
when I told him it was called episode 1.
Thank you. No, you're so sexy.
What?
Somebody calls you sexy.
Shut the fuck up.
Sloth son called you sexy.
Sloth.
But yeah, welcome back to episode 1. How you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm just fuck, these actually are kind of bright.
Yeah.
I've just been playing fucking video games, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been playing video games and working, and that's golf.
That's golf.
Mhm.
I feel that. I haven't been doing much either. Today I took the day off today. I needed it. I usually work Tuesdays to Saturday. I like to go in at 9. I needed a break. Also, Sloth Son said you're dad material.
Shut the fuck up. Thank you.
See, this is why people never call you attractive, is because, or ever give you compliments. Like
gonna tell them to shut the fuck up.
anything that's nice. You're like, fuck you, okay?
Yeah, because just don't say nice things.
Don't
about
tell me that I'm.
Leave me alone.
Oh, you think I'm funny? You think I'm funny?
Yeah.
Get out of my
you,
house.
dude.
Get out of my house
Get the
right
hell
now.
out of here.
I'll drink to that. I hate it when
would,
people.
but it's kind of hot.
I hate it when
I don't
people
wanna
give
burn
me
my tongue.
compliments. Suck it up, dude.
I'm not. I literally will.
You literally
I'm
will.
hoping
Please
that'll
do.
stop me from burning my tongue. How's your
Please.
week been?
My week's been pretty good. I am the only TikToker that matters at High Caliber Karting and Entertainment. The only TikToker that matters. We just got a new marketing director, which is nice. So I don't have to focus on trying to do every single aspect of the job anymore. And she's gonna do a better job at it anyways. So we're gonna be doing big things, big great things. We just finished, or we're about to publish the video for the handy capable cart. So now if you don't have the ability to use your legs, you can use the steering wheel and the gas brakes up there.
Dope.
Yeah, so we're excited to release that so we can have more people do that. Jordan likes to break his body all the time, so it works out for him, and that's what gave him the idea. He's like, let's do this because I don't know if I'll be able to walk.
Yeah.
You know,
like I need to prepare for.
You need to prepare. I'm gonna hurt myself really bad eventually, but yeah. So my week's been pretty good. I watched a couple of movies. I watched a very forgettable one last night, but I watched Blade Runner 2049, and I almost texted you, dude, watch this, but I think you did.
Okay, I watched Blade Runner: The Final Cut.
Yeah,
I was
it's
so
slow.
Confused the entire time.
Yeah,
like I just had no idea what was going on.
There's 3 cuts, and one of them makes sense, and that's the director cut.
Okay, because I looked it up and I was like, what's the one I should watch? And then it said The Final Cut, and I was watching it. I'm like,
yeah.
And like one thing I thought was weird is they just had like people with dwarfism just running around like for no reason. Like they were like dressed up as a toy and then acted like a toy, and it was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is happening here?
That's kind of, I think that's kind of the point. But 2049 is much more organized, and it's still a little bit confusing. It's still, you got to pay attention to it. But but they tell you all at the end, like, hey man, here's the details. You should have seen it coming, and you could have figured it out because all the details were there. It's like a really good noir. 2049 is. Yeah,
it felt a lot like a noir, but I don't know. I also like I just didn't care about.
It's a neo noir.
Yeah, I didn't care about like Indiana Jones a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like I cared more about the bad guy. Like every time he was on screen, I was like watching, but then there was that Asian dude in the ice factory with the eyeballs. I don't know. That was weird. Eyeballs. Just everything was weird, and I wasn't exactly paying full attention. So it was a little confusing for me.
2049, much better. Well, much more accessible. I don't want to say which one's better because I love both of them. But I saw the director's cut, so it all made sense, and I watched it over a couple of days in a film class. Like I had a different experience with that. Good memories. Okay. 2049 though, I sat through all of it, the whole 3 hours, and was thoroughly enjoying it. I think I put on my story one time, like, I'm having a lot of fun watching this movie because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's so good, and there's so many different like pieces of commentary split throughout it on our society, which is I think what the original Blade Runner did well also, because we do just kind of like, oh, you're weird, entertain me, you're different from me, entertain me. We do kind of do that, but it was such a fun watch, and I recommend it. I highly recommend it. And then I watched some comedy about like, oh, it was like up Schitt's Creek or something, Without a Paddle. That's what it's called. It's about 3 guys that hunt for DB Cooper's treasure. Very mediocre movie. Kind of funny, but not that great of a movie.
Funny enough, started watching Gotham with Carly again. So
oh boy.
I like Gotham a lot, mainly because I like Batman. But I forgot how like good the first season is. Like it's, I don't know, because I always thought of like the first season as kind of slow, but when you're like really paying attention to what's happening, like the Penguin just owns the entire first season because he's just super manipulative.
I was watching a video on Gotham, and I thought it was funny because one line made me think that it was funny. I was like, there's 4 different Jokers, but none of them are the Joker. That was the only line that I thought was funny in the video. But he brought up a couple of good points where it was like, it would have been fine if it was consistent with what they were doing in the movies, but kind of still doing its own thing, still being a TV show, but still being consistent, because it was just a complete left turn.
Yeah,
just
that's
weird.
What I liked about it is I didn't feel like I was just watching a Batman thing. It was like, because it wasn't about Batman. Like
Bruce Wayne is in there.
Yeah, Batman isn't Batman until the last episode.
Yeah,
and so like it's more a noir about James Gordon,
right,
and how he handles this city that has just gotten out of hand.
Yep.
And how he's like the thread that leads to Batman really cleaning things up.
It's really cool. Like I what I'm getting at is like if if they just made it a little bit more consistent, maybe it would have been wider. Like it would have been accepted a little bit wider, because I feel like a lot of people kind of hated that show for no reason.
And I think it's also like it. I love it as a Batman thing because it plays this role of both like very dark and serious and like absurd and funny, and like it is all over the place, and that's fine because so are the Batman comics realistically. Like it wasn't until like there are specific sets of comics where it's like very serious and like very down to earth, but there's also like Batman traveling to the past and riding a dinosaur, you know, like crazy stuff also happens. And like they kind of play into that where they're like, you know, Gotham is just this crazy little city where all these people just love killing, and it's always for like a reason. It's like the mob like orchestrated something, and they played it off as just this dude.
Love killing.
Yeah,
they just love killing. Yeah, the Gotham's a fun show. I've seen Batman 9 times now. I've seen the Batman 9 times. A lot of time on my plate.
I've seen it once.
I tell people that, they're like, you've spent a day in theaters watching Batman, and I just kind of look at them like, so
yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it? I'm enjoying my life over here. I'm enjoying it. You aren't.
That's still hot. I thought it was gonna cool down by now.
But Batman means a lot to me, you know. And we actually brought the script today, and we will read that probably about halfway through the podcast. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a fun little read through. We're gonna do a couple of different scenes. Excerpts, not like the full scene.
We have one scene that's really Joker heavy, and then another scene that is just basically a voiceover, because we wanted to give a little bit of both.
We want to give you some Joker. We want to give you some Batman. It's about Batman, so the Joker scene has Batman in it.
And for anybody who doesn't frequently watch this podcast, we have written, we worked together on a script for a fan film that we were gonna make like 2 years ago, and we were really planning on going like all in. We spent a whole year fully developing and writing a script, and then things kind of fell through, and like COVID happened, and just so many things came up, and so we didn't end up doing it. But upon the release of Batman, we're thinking this is really similar to the story we wrote, and so we wanted to kind of revive that just a little, give you a little taste, and who knows what'll happen in the future, but you know, as of right now, it's just a little taste of
and
what we made.
We talked about this last episode where we want to kind of start streaming the first hour that we get together. So the setup, the teardown, all the other stuff, and then we upload this part to YouTube. So it gives you a reason to come hang out with us on Twitch, and you get to see the whole process. And then on YouTube, we throw it up there. But so during that first hour, we'll probably do like some script writing, some stuff like that. Mostly just like a hangout, watch this, and we haven't really figured out how that's gonna work yet. But then during this podcast, we'll do like read-throughs of a script that we wrote in an hour or that we've been working on, basically whatever. But just so we can have that little bit more of a creative side that we want to have, and a little bit more interactive feeling of this. So that'll probably take place, I don't know, within the next couple of podcasts. I don't know. We'll see though. I like the idea. We also thought about calling this podcast Tea Time. Another thing. Yeah. Another fun little piece of trivia.
We're drinking tea when... Mm-hmm. And for anybody who doesn't know, this is always tea.
Yeah, this is always tea.
It is always tea. There's not been a single podcast where it has not been tea.
Yep. It's always tea. Like I'll have multiple different cups just so I can have tea, coffee,
I always have my water, or I used to be caffeine. But
we just like the idea of just sipping tea and chatting, you know. Yeah, like we want to be British people, which call me daddy. Yeah. Let's get some ASMR going on in here. But I'm very excited to do this read through. We can do it right now. You feeling it?
I don't know. Who knows? We could do whatever.
It is the Who Cares podcast.
Yeah. Who cares?
It doesn't really matter.
None matters.
But just so you know,
kill ourselves.
We just tell you how much we care about it.
This is the product.
This is the final product. You can't really read what it says on it.
Because you can't read what it says, I'm also going to open it up and show you that it's not like 1 or 2 pages. It is a hefty amount here. You can hear it here. You can barely see it because I feel like it's a little, I don't know.
It's thick.
Yeah, it's thick.
It's thick, boy. I think
It's thick.
it's at least an hour long. At least an hour long. Like, it's basically a feature-length film.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Well,
yeah, let's do this.
An hour is still short-ish.
Yeah, like that would still be a short film, but
Yeah.
it's...
And I feel like, I don't know, it really depends on, like, the pacing. Because I realized when I was reading through some of the Joker lines before, that I used to read through them, like, too fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, to have tension, you have to, like, pull it out and slow it down.
It has to be slow.
Yeah.
There's parts that need to be quick and parts that need to be slow. The beginning needs to be quick. The end needs to be kind of quick. But, like, it all needs to build to something. Otherwise, what are you doing? You know? Like, there's... People like to feel on the edge of their seat. And the longer you can give that's the reason you go to a movie theater, you know?
And I was thinking about that because I was watching a little TikTok Carly was showing me. And they kind of like it was just this dude doing a challenge of drinking Sprite, but he got so close at the very end. I'm like, that's exactly how tension should be.
Yep.
Pull it out until the end of the scene or the end of the whatever. You know?
You get a release. Like, TikTok has really helped me understand that, because you gotta extend the watch time to be able to make it up there. So you either need to make something that's really rewatchable, or something that just gets people to, like, okay, what happens next? What happens next? What happens next? And there's a couple of different ways that you can do that, but it's helped me with my filmmaking abilities. Surprisingly, I want to become a better writer now. I think I have a lot down. I need to get the production level higher. But I really want to become a better writer at this point. You know, I don't think and just doing that, like, just writing. That's the only way you can get better at writing, is just by writing and then critiquing your work. So
Yeah. Well, also you just gotta, like, run with something at some point.
yeah,
You just gotta accept it.
you just gotta do it. Figure it out, make it better in the edit. But
Because writing so many, like, leadership scripts, there's definitely times where I'm like, this is not as good as it could be, but I'm just gonna call it good for now.
yeah, and I think that's when, like, you can tell that a filmmaker didn't really care, is if they get a script that has some issues, but they liked it at the beginning, and then they get to the production phase and they're kind of like, it sucks, you know. And you can feel that in movies a lot of times. Passion is important.
Passion.
Do you feel passionate about anything?
No.
Just Christ?
My body is a husk of the man I used to be.
Why is that?
Because I'm sad inside.
Why are you sad inside?
I'm going through a fifth life crisis. Not like the fifth one, 1/5 of my life.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna live to be 100.
Why are you having a fifth life crisis?
Cause my friends don't think I'm cool.
They don't?
Yeah.
Why don't your friends think you're cool?
Cause all my friends, all of them, they're I don't know, but I think I just get the feeling problem.
I'm just not having a good time, man.
And that's golf.
Are you actually having a fifth life crisis? No. We've gotten a lot of criticism about not letting people in on the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, that's the thing is, like, there's not an in.
Yeah.
It's just you take it as it is.
It's we're just talking. Just talking shit.
90% of the time, I don't know the inside joke either. Like, we don't know what's going on.
We're just putting on a show, guys. This is a little bit of a character.
Are you entertained or not?
Are you entertained or not?
Are you fucking happy?
I hope so. Actually, I kind of hope that you're unhappy. You know, we're just doing this for fun.
Yeah, we're doing this to make people cry.
We're doing this to make people cry. We want you to be so fucking sad by the end of this.
I want you to laugh so hard that you cry.
We're gonna start telling stories about, like,
drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got any good drama going on right now?
Well, that's the thing is, okay.
How's your wolf childhood? Your wolf parents?
No, I haven't visited them in a long time, actually.
Yeah. You haven't visited your wolf parents?
For those of you who are just tuning in, I was raised by wolves.
He was raised by wolves.
And I don't know. There's like that's a lot to unpack.
It is. I know that was very traumatizing for you.
Yeah, I mean, it also is like, there's only been 4 years that I haven't lived with wolves.
Did you ever have to eat rabbit, like raw? How did that work? How did eating work?
So normally they would like hunt the animals down, right? And I would, I don't know. They kind of just gave me the scraps, if I'm being honest. Like I wanted meat, but like I'm not gonna beat a wolf in a fight.
Yeah.
In a fair fight.
So you were the runt always?
Yeah.
Surprising you have so much weight on you.
Yeah. Well, that's because like I compensated after I got out of the wolf life.
You were just like, let's eat all the Twinkies.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, McDonald's. That's crazy. Never heard of just giving people paper for food. I thought I had to hunt it the entire time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's wild.
Your English is very good, by the way.
Yeah, well,
we did hang out though. Like every now and then you did come live with the humans. So
yep, they wanted to make sure that I had a very inclusive childhood.
Can you speak wolf for us? Right now, or is that like a little secret?
It's more of like you just kind of. It's very body language driven,
I want to see it.
It's like.
Okay, so all right, that's a surprising thing. Is that like a lookout? What is that? What is that? Are you looking for things? Are you trying to tell me something? Okay, so there's something over there. What's over there?
And so it's kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was telling a story about my about the time that I tried to eat the wrong berries. They had to direct me away from that one. It's crazy that they knew that it was poisonous because they don't eat berries,
Yeah.
Wolves don't do that.
Yeah.
But somehow, I don't. It's crazy.
That's kind of cool though. They were always looking out for you, even though they probably weren't the best parents, but they are wolves. They are wolves.
They're pretty kind to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raised me right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. He was raised by wolves, everybody.
I was raised by wolves. Thank you.
Dad material and still raised by wolves.
Yep, that's me. Wolf dad.
Wolf dad. I don't know. Do you want a dog? Are you like a dog person?
So I'm more of a cat person, honestly.
Yeah.
But I do like want a dog, but I want it to be like a bigger dog, like a German Shepherd or a Husky.
Because you want to feel dominant over people?
Nah, I just think they're cool.
You just want them to piss on people and like hump them.
I don't know. I think about like warriors. Like my cat's big,
Yeah, your cat's massive.
For like a cat, he's like a panther.
He's also fat. By the way,
not. But that's a separate topic.
Your cat is fat.
That's not things that I would like to talk about on the podcast.
Because he's fat. You get defensive every single time somebody's like, he's fat. You're like, no, he's just big bone. He's just big bone. And you can't argue against that because he is massive, but he's also fat.
No, he's jacked. He's like, he's got too much muscle on him.
There's people that have a lot of muscle that I would also consider fat.
If he wasn't a pacifist, he would beat any other cat's ass. That is guaranteed.
That's probably true.
Yeah. I've trained him to fight. He just doesn't want to use it because he knows he's so much stronger than every other existing being.
Also, he just doesn't go outside. Like, he doesn't escape.
Yeah. Well, because he's a house cat.
Yeah. It's like, usually people say, yeah, I have a house cat, and they try to escape all the time. He doesn't. He's just happy.
No, he's chill.
He's just happy.
Like, sometimes I'll leave the door open, and I'll be like, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
And then he goes, sniffs the stairs. And then as soon as he hears a noise, he runs right back in. Any noise.
So he's like a bubble boy?
Yeah. Well, he does it on his own. Because I'm like, yeah, fucking go out. Just come back.
Live your life.
Yeah.
live your best life.
You're an adult cat. He's 4 years old.
He's a massive cat, dude. Is he really 4 years old?
Yeah, man. I got him when I was 18.
Damn, son. Where'd you find this? Leo's a good cat.
On the streets.
I really wish I wasn't allergic to him. I wish I wasn't allergic to cats. There's like nothing I can do about that except take steroids,
Yeah, that's the truth.
That's really all I can do, and it's just unfortunate because I love cuddling them. They're so cute.
Do you think that was also why you got so jacked for Batman?
Yeah.
Because you were taking steroids for the cat.
It could be.
But it also helped to work out.
No, I thought about that. They're not the same.
Damn.
It doesn't work like that. Especially if they're inhaled, it's just like it doesn't work. I keep seeing your sunglasses flash on the. It's so weird doing the podcast during the day.
Yeah.
Like we can see outside. I'm not used to that. I'm used to it being dark and like dreary outside.
Yeah, man, because we started like at the beginning of winter.
Yeah.
As soon as it like started being dark at this time.
We've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah. Like 3 months almost.
3 months. Hey, that's not that bad, 13 followers without really telling anybody, or like actually trying to market it.
Yeah, just posting it on Snap.
That's not that bad, man. And people still ask me about it. They're like, "Oh, how's it doing?" I'm like, "Okay, all right, yeah, this could be something," because people are still paying attention to me. I guess I was the cool kid in high school, maybe.
I also found out, like,
everybody.
I don't know, every time I go on the internet, I'm like, man, everybody's got a podcast.
Yeah. That's another reason I don't promote it, really, because I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, but I think that's just, like, taking pride in what we do, which is just, I think that, I don't know, we're a little different.
Yeah, we're a little different.
We're a little
different.
Podcast channel.
We are trying to do that.
Well, yeah, because I think we care less about making you happy.
Yeah, it's just for us. It's like this is seriously just so we can talk without feeling guilty. That's all it is about.
Yeah, it is our once a week meetup for mental health.
Yep, because we keep each other productive and grounded from going outside because we are each other's parents.
You ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do this. All right, let's open it up. This isn't gonna. You won't be able to read
Ready
along.
for some cringe?
Yeah, it's gonna be cringy. Yeah. One, we're not in the suits, and two, just acting in general is kind of cringy. Like putting on a show is kind of cringy. TikTok's probably the most cringy thing.
Fucking high school led us to believe that effort is cringe, and it's
Yeah.
It's cool. Effort is
Having
cool.
fun. Just having fun.
Just two dudes liking stuff, doing things.
Two things. Two dudes. Two brothers. Two brothers. I don't know the rest of it.
I'm thinking we start at how are you?
How are you? Yep. All right. So it's probably gonna take a little bit for us to heat up, but hopefully.
Yeah, we gotta get in character.
We did a run through earlier, and it was all right. We were getting into it. We were getting quite into it.
Yeah, I gotta be Joker. I'll be right back. I'll show back up as the Joker, baby.
So I'll tell a little bit of my process for this.
Get into the mind screens.
So where are we starting? I forgot. How are you? How are you? Hi, how are you? But okay. So a little bit of my process for getting into character. Since I've never been rich, really, I kind of pretend that I've seen it all. I know what's gonna happen, and I'm just really arrogant because I think a lot of times rich people are kind of matched together with arrogance, and that's why it's so refreshing when people will talk to each other at a different rate, and then that'll like add a little tone to my voice as if I'm more important. And then getting to Batman, I gotta just add a little bit of gruff to that and go a little bit lower because he's a serious man. He's a very serious man, and then it takes me a little bit to find that voice, but once I find it, then we're good to go. So starting on how. Do we want to start at, did I actually know your name?
I feel like...
Or is that giving away too much?
Yeah, we're already kind of...
We're already giving away a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
Just to set the scene, Batman sits here, tied up, and Joker just revealed his identity.
How are you?
Alive? Been asking myself the same question. Trust me, different type of rabbit hole.
You killed 6 people.
For you.
As what? Some kind of sick revenge?
Don't play dumb. It was a message. All to get you here. To see you in person again.
So, what now? More people than you have tried to kill me.
Kill you? I would never.
Then why? What do you want from me?
What do I want?
Joker slams his fist on the table over Blank's shoulder and yells.
No, shut the hell up.
Okay, all right.
I think I want to show you the same pain that you showed me. And then we'll see what it's like to be free. The old chords ain't what they used to be, but hey, I think you get the point.
You're insane.
No. You would be the one who's seeing through the wrong eyes, my friend. You seem to think that justice and order are the way to keep the world running. But you're wrong. And soon I will show you how flawed your order is.
Put the knife down.
You know, you took everything from me in one night. I awoke to a fallen kingdom and a disintegration of the only identity that I ever had.
You want me to apologize? It was you who ran the gang. You who tried to kill me. Everything you lost was because of your own actions.
I don't want an apology. I'm not looking for forgiveness. I was just trying to give you credit. You showed me who I truly am. I'm not some organized crime boss. Not some singer or dancer on stage performing someone else's play. No. I'm a wild card. A chaotic symbol. And that night, a card was given to me almost like a message. I know who I am now.
Let her go.
I am the Joker. And
then we're gonna go to the end.
End scene for that.
End scene for that.
That was the first one.
So Batman's all tied up.
Yeah, and then things happen, and then the night progresses.
You want to read the stage directions for this one?
Hold up, where I lost my spot.
It's on page
There's not
36.
pages on this for some reason.
Sure. Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
That's why I didn't tell you what page it was on.
Oh. But yeah, we should go through it again, and then I read Batman's lines in the Joker's voice, and you read it in.
Yeah.
We should do that. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I lost my spot.
Because the real thing about Batman is all of his villains are kind of just mirrors of his personality. Like the Penguin's a very rich man with a lot of power. Two-Face is a guy. Two Faces, I mean, that one's pretty on the nose. The Riddler, Batman's a detective. The Riddler leaves clues. The Joker is very dramatic and one for flair. And Batman obviously is. He's dressed up as a bat and wears a cape and leaves before sentences are finished.
Yeah.
But he's also a symbol of Gotham, and so is the Joker, and that's why the Joker's so powerful, is because they get what Batman is, and Joker gets that. So,
and I feel like our version of Joker was very different from a lot of other versions, because the other ones are like the origin is unclear, and like that, and that's like part of the character.
Yeah,
and I can see like a lot of people not liking this one as much
because
it has
he
an origin.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it still plays into that, like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And I don't know, but I got to that point. So
All right.
Bruce walks through the door into a dark room in his house, almost leaning on the doorframe. He turns the lights on and begins removing his suit.
My arrogance begot me, and because of it, one more person is gone.
Bruce showers as he wipes water off of his face and breathes heavy in anguish.
I spent all this time thinking I was strong enough to fix Gotham.
Bruce wipes condensation from the mirror to look at himself.
Ironically, too weak to know I wasn't.
Bruce walks over to the bat suit with a towel wrapped around his waist. He caresses the bat symbol.
For Gotham's sake, I will not make that mistake again. And then it's a pan. There's a very short scene. If you've seen the Batman, you kind of get it. He's not super outspoken. He doesn't have a lot to say like the Dark Knight trilogy. He's doing a lot of talking in that. He just he lets his actions speak for what they are, and then he moves on and shows who he is as a person.
Yeah.
And I think we would have done a pretty solid job. It's just, big budget film versus our stuff, but it's so weird going through it still, because I see the Batman in my head. That's how I picture it. I picture that exact same.
Yeah, I mean, it was very similar.
It was.
We wrote it to be like that, and we were planning on using shots like that.
Yeah.
And so, to watch it and then, know about this and see this in my head, it was, weird.
It was.
It was really weird.
It was very surreal. And a lot of people ask me why I've seen the Batman so many times, and I finally started telling them because I was sick of them asking me, why would you do that? It's just a movie. It's yeah, but I spent all this time on something, and then that, what my mind's eye, what I saw when I was going to direct this and what we were going to put on stage, and this is what I saw. So that's why I like the Batman so much, is because it's man, some of the stuff we wouldn't have been able to do, like the car chase scene. I watched that. I was like, fuck.
There's stuff that they can do that we couldn't have done, and I think there's a lot of things that they did better than we could have ever done.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's just crazy to me that the spine and the bones of the story is very, very similar. And I think that's just a matter of,
we got good bones.
Well, yeah, and it was made out of passion. You can tell that the movie was made from people who love Batman, and they really captured a lot of what Batman is. And I feel like because we felt that same way, that same passion, we wrote a very similar story.
Yeah, I told people that story, and they thought that I was trying to get at the big studio stole my work. No, it's just similar
I feel
thinking.
Like I have to preface that because I don't know if we talk about it they wrote that
they did
just
something
like ours.
Similar.
It's well, and we started writing this right around the same time that we heard that they were going to make one. Right when they started, we were like, "What the hell?"
And then we wrote it through COVID, so we probably got similar.
Write it through COVID.
Oh, yeah, we did a little bit.
No.
Oh yeah. This was at 2019. That's when the script finally finished.
Yeah. So we wrote it pretty much shortly after we graduated. We started writing and planning for this. Yeah. And then we started reading comic books, doing our research for 6 months, and then we spent the following 6 months working and reworking a script. So I just had to write it all out, and then we just kept going back and changing things. And if we ever do end up making this, we're gonna go back and change a whole lot more stuff. So
yeah, the only issue that there's some stuff in the story that could definitely be structured a little bit better, but the biggest issue that I have personally is just the dialogue. It's a lot of the stuff's
and it's crazy just how much you learn in such a short period of time, because having to write for the videos I'm doing now, I have to be able to hear her voice in my head and write exactly that. And so I'm getting better and better about phrasing things and what sounds good. And so I'm really excited if we do anything.
I think it'll be better, because a lot of the lines I remember I was going to just kind of rework my own thing, so it sounded a lot more like what I thought Batman would say. And especially in the Joker scenes, you can see it. Batman's he's not reserved. He's very dramatic. He doesn't keep it to the point of what he needs to. He's not trying to gather information. He's just kind of playing along with the Joker with his dialogue, which is kind of what we were. The Joker had all the power in that scene, so that's kind of what we wanted. But I think if we were to do it now, we would do a lot better.
Yeah.
And that's golf, baby.
That's golf. Anyhow, that's enough of the Batman talk.
Yeah, this podcast is basically Spider-Man, Batman.
Spider-Man, Batman. Well, it's just those are things we like.
Yeah, that's true. You listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, which I don't, but I know he talks a lot about jiu-jitsu, a lot about comedy, and a lot about his interests. So I mean, maybe
DMT.
And DMT, yeah. Yep. There's lots of stories. I've never taken DMT, but why'd you just wave?
Oh, I was just saying hi to my mom, just in case she watches.
She's not gonna watch.
Well, she might.
Dude, I hope not. I hope my parents never watch this, because then I would feel like awkward. I already feel like I have to put on a little bit of a character, a little bit of show to do this.
Yeah.
But if I were to have my parents also watching this, I feel like I would have to put on even more of a character. I wouldn't be able to be as authentically me.
Yeah, I've been. So I think I told you a little bit about this, but I haven't told this to anybody else. I've always kind of watched like videos about like confidence and charisma and just like general ways psychologically that you can fake it till you make it, because that's all confidence is. You just pretend like you're confident until all of a sudden
pretend like you know things.
You know? Well, not even that. That's not confidence.
That's arrogance.
Yeah. Yeah. But like just feeling comfortable with being yourself authentically 100%. And I have been watching a lot of videos about that, and it's just crazy because it makes me realize how much I like kind of forgot through like working from home during a pandemic. Cause like, I don't know, somewhere along the line I started being all self-conscious and like worried that I was going to look stupid or that people were going to think I was silly for caring about certain things. And it's like, nah, I'm just, the reason I was so confident in college was like, I realized that I made more friends when I was me than when I wasn't. Yeah. And so I was like, clearly, like, I don't have a shitty personality. So right. I should just do that from now on.
And like, man, all of my interactions that I watch come from movies. So like, I watched Stand By Me again. Such a great movie this week. But especially with friend groups, like you kind of put up with people because you like a certain aspect of them, and then sometimes they're not always like that. But you have your best friend that you can always run to, or somebody that you're closer with in the friend group. But it's just kind of like people don't really care. They just want somebody to hang out with, and as long as you're doing what makes you feel right, you're gonna find the people that you really want to be around. And I think my biggest thing is like, discipline. Like, I'm not very disciplined. This isn't related to like being friends with people or confident or anything, but like if we're talking about our flaws, it's like right now I wish I could be more disciplined, because I think structure.
You think you're not disciplined?
No, not enough. I don't think I'm as reliable as I could be.
What does that mean?
So with discipline comes freedom, right? And I want freedom because I'm an American, but I think sometimes when I don't give myself a break, my discipline overall just starts to wane, and then I stop doing things in general, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's like I haven't given myself a break.
Yeah, it's called being tired.
Right?
It's not a matter of discipline. It's just
I know.
Like I need a break.
But like I'm even saying discipline for the breaks. Like I can schedule a break. Be like, okay, it's this day. You don't have to go to work. You don't have to do this. You don't have to think about this. You can just forget about all the worries that you would need to, or like all the stresses of your job. I don't have the discipline in that sense. And the sense of like going to work out, getting up and grinding for it, I have that. I don't have the discipline to like tell myself to stop.
I feel like you don't need discipline to relax. I think that those are like opposite things.
I think you do. because here's because I like doing my job. I like working. But if I work every single day, then, you know, you get tired. You know what it is. But I don't, like, if I get an idea, instead of just writing it down and saving it for another day, I'll immediately get to work on that. So having the discipline to be like, okay, calm down, it's your day off.
If you like doing it, then it's not work.
You can still get burnt out, though. And that's what I've been dealing a lot with that, you know?
Can. And then, I don't know, it's just a matter of, like, I don't know. I want to say, like, it's just a matter of, like, when you're tired, take a break. For me, it's like real simple. Like, I'm tired, I'm gonna just stop. I'm gonna play some video games. I'm gonna find something else to occupy my time that's not as mentally taxing. And that's literally all I do.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Not me, man. I take melatonin and fight the wall. I just don't know how to.
Well, that means
stop.
It's not a physical issue. It's more mental, because melatonin should make you sleep. Like, physically, that's what it should do to your body. And so, if you
can't tell me what my body does.
If you're awake and angry when you take a melatonin, I would guess that it has more to do with what is going on.
You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me at all.
You don't fucking
know me. Get the hell out of here. This is why I don't open up to people.
I'm gonna do it on a podcast.
Watch my podcast if you want to understand who I really am.
If you really want to dive deep, this is therapy. You guys didn't know this?
This is therapy.
Welcome to therapy. I have really bad allergies, and the seasons are changing. I don't do cocaine. I swear to God, I don't. I just can't breathe.
You got a little bit of the sniffles.
Yeah, man.
The poor widow guy.
It pisses me off because, like,
poor widow
I have
bowl.
to keep, like, flipping sides when I'm sleeping because my nose is so stuffed.
Yeah. I had a bad case of the allergies, and it's because of Leo. He kicked it off. But I got like a little bit of the hay fever. Just too much allergies all at once to where I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go to work. It was just me just staring at the TV for like 8 hours. Because I would get up, I'd get dizzy. It was not good. It was not fun.
I feel that.
Yeah. Do you? Do you know the struggles?
No, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't.
Do you know the struggles of me?
I don't care.
You don't care about me?
I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I'm gonna take some vitamin D right now.
Dude, I'm gonna go take some. Take a break. I'm gonna go take a break.
You gonna take a break? You're done with the podcast already?
Yeah. You ever have a cry break?
No.
You ever just like stop doing work
and just cry?
Go to the bathroom.
I don't.
Sit in a stall.
Nope.
And cry.
No. Do you do that?
I thought all real men did, but you know, I guess some.
You sit in a stall too?
Some other men.
When you do it, you sit in a stall.
I might not do it.
When you go have a cry break.
I didn't say I sit. I said I go to a stall.
You go to a stall.
Yeah.
You go to a stall.
I stand in it.
You work from home.
I stand and I look at the toilet.
You work from home.
Well, yeah, obviously you have to compensate for that.
So you got a full bathroom and stall.
Yeah. I got some drywall, put up walls.
Do you have men's and women's?
Well, no, but I just have
that's weird.
There's a sign outside the door that you just flip.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So like, it kind of sucks.
How many stalls do you have?
Because sometimes I forget that I can flip it back, and so I'm like, shit, I can't. There's no men's bathroom.
I'm just gonna have to hold it.
Yeah, it sucks, dude.
How often do you leave your house?
Not frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to do, and like I don't like spending money, so.
I mean, you could always walk outside.
I do that on days that it's nice. Well, I don't walk. I take the board and I go to Valhalla.
It's just too cold.
Yeah, it's just I would love to go on walks. I just don't like being freezing or wet.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I'm okay with being cold if there's snow on the ground and it's all frozen, because you can kind of have fun with that. And I mean, you might be a little bit wet when you come home if you're moving around a ton in the snow, but you can kind of avoid it, you know, and you can stay clean. I just don't like it when it's all swampy and muddy out like it is all the time in Michigan.
Yeah.
Because it just rains a bunch, it melts a bunch of snow.
Yeah, it's like I'm really sick of like bad weather. Like I'm ready for some sunshine, ready to go for walks.
Yeah. We got some sunshine for the last hour of the day. It was all cloudy.
Well, I always have all my windows open.
I sometimes do. Sometimes I close
Not
them.
like not like open.
No, I know what you're saying.
But yeah, I always have the blinds open so I get like sunlight and I can see it. Unless like the only thing is in my office because the way it's facing.
Yeah.
After any point of noon, the light is just beaming into my house.
There's no good spot to put a computer monitor. You know, because if you face away from it, you're gonna get some glare.
You know what? I've never felt that harder than recently because we rearranged our living room, and there's literally a light in every fucking corner of the house because, or not the house, the living room, because the living room doesn't have a ceiling light. It just doesn't. So like we had to put our own little lamps and stuff there, but because of that, when you turn on the right lights, and I swear we always turn on the light that's like the right angle so that there's just a glare on the TV. And I'm like, can we turn it off? Can we turn on the one behind me maybe? But like, because so the couches are set up in an L formation, right? So you can sit on this couch and the TV's right here. So it's going to bounce this way so I can turn on the light over here or over here. And either way sucks. You just can't. It's always in the. Sorry, I'm gonna step
No, let it
off
out.
my
Let it out.
soapbox. I'm pretty
Let it out.
pissed off about the lamp placement in my house.
Let it out, man.
Just put it behind the TV. You know, put it behind the TV, and then it lights up the whole room, and you don't get a glare.
See, I love talking to this guy. I love talking to people in general because I'll always relate it to some character in a movie because I'm fucking stupid like that. But like sometimes when you get passionate about things that go on around your apartment, I'm like, this is some 40-year-old married man just fucking sick of it. Just
Man.
just fucking sick of the way his house is.
Yeah.
But but doesn't care enough.
Pandemic time, it goes fast. It felt like a long time. It was like both fast and like the most excruciatingly, painfully long period of time.
Because I imagine a house that you raised your kids in. You're ready for a change. It's been 18 years of just.
Well, because we've been sitting in the
I know.
house for so long. And we don't leave, and so I'm just like sick of fucking seeing it. And I'm like, let's change it again.
All right. No, this L shape sucks. Fuck. What if we put the TVs?
That's the real fifth life crisis.
Yeah.
Is where we just keep switching things. Look at this. My phone screen is a different background because I got sick of seeing it.
All right. We're gonna put the TV up against the window. We're gonna have the blinds closed all the
Like,
time.
it looks different, so we're in a different place now. We're good.
If I just keep tricking myself, I'll be happy. Do you want to move like right now? I know the answer to this.
I mean, yeah, but I would say generally, yeah, but I'm waiting for my lease to be up.
Mm-hmm. Where do you think have you put any more thought into that?
I was considering Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids.
Just because I want to move somewhere in Michigan, but far enough away to be a good middle step for when I want to leave the state.
Yeah.
That way I get one more year of lower rent than a lot of other places.
Yeah.
And
that's the only nice thing about Michigan living. Unless you have a boat.
I can really stack up some an emergency
cash.
fund.
Yeah. I used my credit card for the first time this year just to get tires.
We talk like we're 40.
We are 40. I told
my credit card today.
We are 40, man. We are 40. Because we are driven individuals. We're 40 years old.
We're only 40-year-olds.
No, we talk like we're 25. We are 3 years ahead of where we should be.
We talk like 25-year-olds who act like they're older than they really are.
Yeah, we talk like we're 25. Like because we're at that point now. We're 2 years removed from college, and so like we're basically 25-year-olds. You kind of stepped out of pop culture. You're kind of getting used to the stuff that I'm fully invested in.
I'm about
pop culture.
to get into gardening, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna find your real interest. Really find yourself. I think I'm finding myself in pop culture. So please save me. I will always be changing until the day that I die.
I just keep asking myself questions in my spare time. Like,
nonstop.
Do these people hate me? Am I a piece of shit?
Why do you have people over at your house that are just there all the time? Like, you don't even like anybody at your house.
I don't like anybody.
You invite me over and you're pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have people at your house?
Being alone sucks. That's about it. Everybody wants to be alone. Nobody wants to be lonely. You know?
That's the truth, though. When when you're going out, you just want to be in. And when you're in, you want to be out.
And that's why I stay inside and play video games.
Stay in your lane. Our Minecraft world is really coming together, man.
It really is. Yo, hit us up.
Yeah, if you want to join the server, we'll give you the IP. Yeah. If you want to join it, fucking go for it. For real.
Yeah, DM us.
DM
we'll
us.
Actually give you the IP. I'm not even fucking around.
It's basically an anarchy server. I hope nobody goes crazy with the... do they want to play? I hope nobody goes too crazy with like the hacked clients and stuff because...
Well, just don't hack, maybe. I feel like that's...
Yeah, we could. Well, then, yeah, we could be like a hack-free anarchy server.
Like, it's not anarchy, but yeah.
I don't want to ban people, you know.
Just the basic like don't cheat.
Yeah.
You can go blow people's houses up.
Do whatever you want to.
Yeah, within the realm of vanilla Minecraft.
A vanilla anarchy server. That's what we are, baby.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
we're straight vanilla, bro.
I just don't. The thing about hacking, I don't want anybody to get viruses. It's really for you guys.
Yeah.
That's it.
We care about your computer's health. Make sure you're clearing your cache, and make sure that you have.
Brings us to the sponsor of today's episode, NordVPN.
Have you ever walked outside in Chicago and thought you were gonna get stabbed? Well, that's a metaphor.
For NordVPN.
For NordVPN. It's a shield.
A shield that you carry around with you when you're going to get stabbed in Chicago.
Yeah.
Which Chicago is safer than New York per capita.
Yeah, but everybody says, every time I talk about moving to Chicago, everybody tells me how much crime there is.
Bro, every time anybody talks about moving to the city, they're like, bro, you're going to die.
Yeah.
You're going to get shot by gang members.
Like, cool, yeah. That's what I was hoping for.
You're gonna go to the corner, deal some drugs,
I only
get
need to experience
murdered.
that once, right? Because then I'm turning Batman. I'm going full Batman.
Did you know?
I'm gonna make a suit.
Did you know? Just walk around in a suit, an armor suit.
Yeah.
Don't talk to
I'm gonna
anyone.
like dress up like a knight, and then nobody can stab me.
Did you know that Lansing is more dangerous per capita than Chicago? We don't live in Lansing.
I'm moving to Chicago.
We don't live in Lansing, but we did frick around in downtown Lansing for a while at LCC. LCC is in one of the most dangerous parts of Lansing.
Yeah, literally, like, I mean, it's all about the blocks. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what block you're on.
Just don't put yourself in stupid situations. Don't walk around at night.
Just be street smart.
That's
don't,
it.
Like, yeah, there's clearly areas to not go.
Don't go down alleyways. Don't do it like, I want freedom. Like, there's places you can't go in the suburbs because you'll get shot by some crazy neighbor, and you know that. So don't go down the crazy neighbor's spot.
Be in front of other people. General rule of thumb.
That's it.
Yeah, be around other people, and bad things usually don't happen. Sometimes, I mean, in a big crowd of people, sometimes some sexual harassment happens.
Sometimes some pickpocketing happens. Get pickpocketing,
you know
anti-pickpocketing.
If I got pickpocketed, I would prefer that over being mugged.
I would too. If I had to choose
my
either.
wallet.
Like, damn.
Guess I'll cancel my credit cards.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I don't carry cash.
Yeah. And like if I do, it's like that's a loss. You know? I'm not gonna carry more than like I don't know. I feel like 200 is really pushing it.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of money to have in my wallet.
That's what, like, just use a debit card at that point, you know? And then that takes discipline to not use your credit card if you have a credit card or overdraw.
I usually only have at most like $50.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if I lose that, $50 is very much less valuable to me than my life.
$50 is the new $20. And that signifies the end of the podcast.
And that's golf.
Thank
you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed our little acting gig we did. It was a lot of fun. That's a sneeze. And you guys have a great...
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Week.
For real. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't be afraid to do the things that you want to do. If that involves skydiving, going to the big city, people that don't do those things are generally going to tell you to stay in your lane and not do those things.
Yeah. literally just don't listen to people. If you want to do something, do it. Minus
Murder,
rape, drugs,
stealing.
Yeah.
Only productive, positive.
How about
things.
like if it's legal and you want to do it, and other people are telling you not to do it, probably just do it. You know, what's the worst?
Chase your dreams. Okay.
Yeah.
The pursuit of happiness without hurting others. You know, that's golf. But yeah,
That's golf, baby.
thank you. I hope you enjoyed. If you want more of the Batman, let us know.
We'll allow the Batman script. Okay, all right.
You don't even have to walk off.